I'm back exactly where I was 2 weeks ago, in that beautiful spot, my meditation spot, even though I don't meditate. So today's our last day in Meyol, in Nanjiv's dad's village. We're going back today, but we're going back via Jaipur. And the two weeks went by really fast. What I learned is that I can still work from anywhere. I did all my conference calls from that plastic chair and that bricks office. Thank God for the hotspot. It worked perfectly most of the time. And I kind of rearranged the back of the room so it didn't look like it was a construction site. So nobody knew basically. So it worked really well, and I'm just very happy and kind of proud of myself to have, to still have that ability um, to work in any conditions. And it was amazing to be able to come out at any time and take a break and be out here, and just feels very soothing. And I think it was also good to have a break from the horses, because it kind of gave me more time in a day. Usually sort of, I'll work and then straight after work we'll go to the farm and be with the horses. And now I suddenly had much more hours in the day because I didn't have that. So that felt really good. And so a lot of exciting things are happening with eCrew. Nothing concrete, but it's kind of just moving forward. And at the beginning I felt very apprehensive about, sort of very scared about contacting a number of people, feeling, oh, I don't want to bother them, what have I to offer, the kind of usual thing. And I've had a few conversations already, and I've already been able to see, which is what I kind of assumed before but didn't really implement, to see that at the end of the day it's not kind of me imposing something on them, it's kind of us working together to try and find ways that we can help each other in certain aspects. This sounds a little bit mysterious, but these things will hopefully become clear later on. So it's sort of turned the thing around. Instead of me sort of trying to sell something, but me just having that conversation, which I really like. I like that angle, I like the way of doing it. I did a training course last week, just a 1.5 hour about selling, which was really interesting. And one of the things that came out that I love is about the sort of radical honesty, and how because the problem is when you sell, you kind of automatically think that the buyer is sort of above you, because he's a decision maker. But actually you can readdress that relationship, and that honesty, radical honesty, helps you readdress this relationship. So to be like, instead of to have this awkward conversation where you're trying to sell something but you're not actually saying so in that way, the buyer knows you're trying to sell him something but he's not actually saying so in that way, and that kind of creates a sort of awkwardness. It's like, hey, this is what I'm here for, do you have a minute? Or like to sort of break it in that way, and I quite liked it. it was better than that. Like my explanation is actually awful, and not as well convincing now that I hear it, but implemented in the right way. And of course, it kind of goes with my values of being honest. And I kind of tried it. So I had some people who were not answering my emails. And so I emailed back after a while saying, hey, sorry to bother you, but I'm really, really stubborn. And blah, blah, blah. And so they both answered within the 24 hours. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, so I love that process, actually. I love that process of learning. I love that process of figuring out, not actually just figuring out, but also somebody helping me, teaching me how to do things, and all of those things in a way that makes sense to me and in a way that I'm sort of aligned with and ethically agree with, and not kind of just following a technique for the sake of following a technique. So I haven't decided yet. I might take a longer course on that sales thing. I don't know. I'll decide later on. I have enough on my plate now. But yeah. So that was a really good experience, and I'm looking forward to kind of. I'm really looking forward to combining more of that working from a camping spot with that posture as a business owner that I'm feeling more and more comfortable with, and I kind of own it more and more. So yeah, so that's quite exciting. Oh baby, oh Marula. Poor Marula, he's dragging his toes, and so he's getting it injured. But we keep putting things on his toes to protect it, but he keeps ripping them off. So, and we haven't got the wheels yet because of the lockdown. So the guy's out, so we need to kind of figure out a solution. And locking him up is not a solution. He loves to run around. But it's just kind of really sad to see this. Oh.
The other day we climbed up from here, no?
Yeah. So tell me, how do you feel? What do you think?
I feel very good. Once we get the demarcation done, I think we're good to go. It's gonna take a lot of time because it is uneven floor, it's terrain, and to make it usable, you need to have different construction phases. So, but at least once the demarcation is done, we can start putting a fence up.
Yeah, but it's our own.
Yes, I would be very happy once I start seeing the fence, then it belongs to us.
So after 2 weeks, we have done some. Actually, it's quite funny. After 2 weeks, it's like it's still not a yes, it's still not a no with regards to that land. It's like still uncertain. Some things are good, some things are less good. It's as confusing as ever. And then Jiv went to apply for the demarcation, and he was told that he has to apply for a document so that he can apply for the demarcation. So yeah, but anyway, the machine's en route, and maybe in a few years' time, maybe this will be our view. I don't know, not bad, eh? It's exciting, but I have to be patient, which is not my forte. But I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to work out, and it's going to be really, really cool, and it's going to be just the best holiday home. And I don't know, maybe our retirement home. I wouldn't mind. Although it is quite hot. It's not half as hot as in Gurgaon in the city, but I think it's like 40 degrees almost. So yeah, quite hot.
मेरी बात करवाना चलो जम सेट के तो कोई नहीं जानवर नहीं होने चाहिए और आदमी नहीं होने चाहिए खराब बाकी तो कोई नहीं देख लेंगे वो तो हाँ इनको बोलो टाइम दो ताकि हम
So
अपने
we have
जानवरों को
just
बांध
found
दें
out that a bulldozer has bulldozed
हाँ।
the farm.
बोला इतना भी मत करो तुम्हें
Because it's
तोड़ना
illegal.
शुरू करो उधर से सामने से बोला हम नहीं मना कर रहे
So
तुम जानो तुम्हारा
we are in
मालिक
the
जाने
mountains,
तोड़ो तुम्हें
trying
जो
to
तोड़ना तोड़ दो
stop them from breaking everything.
ठीक है दीपा को बोलना झाड़
So what just happened?
I just got a call from my staff Lal Singh from Gurgaon that somebody from the government side rammed one of the walls and went through inside the farm, squashing all my jump sets and bars, damaging the horse jumping sets and broken all the walls.
And where are we now?
And we are in Himachal going towards Chandigarh. I have no idea what's happening. My staff is panicking. The guy who supposedly be owning that farm has no idea. He's running towards the farm. And nobody has got any clue what's happening there. So bottom line is, we don't have a farm. Whatever farm we have, it has a broken wall. Inside we have 7 dogs, 6 cats, 7 horses.
8 horses.
8 horses, sorry, yeah. So it's almost 21 animals and 3 staff. We have no idea.
So we're in this really very cute hotel in Jaipur, which accepts dogs. So Marula is there. Marula is very excited because he's getting room service for the first time. So we have a plain omelette for him. I mean, not bad, right? And yeah, I'll just show you the thing. It's very cute. Here, and we have a little living room. You ready for breakfast, Marula? You ready for breakfast?